Right. Super duper. Right, you might already know I am away. Are we on? Yes. I'm on Isle of Harris, and beautiful here, just as like it's beautiful at home as well. We've got a gorgeous day. Just before we start, Paul's about to come in. So just take a seated position, get yourself comfortable, wriggle on your sit bones. And relax your shoulders round, back and down. Good. Lift up through the crown of your head, maybe closing your eyes for a moment and check in. Checking in with how you're feeling. Let your breath help you connect with your feeling. Like your breath is sourcing out within you, how you're feeling. How are you feeling in your body? Let your breath try and wander around to discover that with more detail. And how are you feeling in your mind? Is there any turbulence in your mind, or is it feeling calm? Just check in, notice. And then starting to use your breath to shift energy within. So as you breathe in, feel like you're pulling the breath up your spine toward the crown of your head. And as you breathe out, let the breath travel back down your spine, back down towards your sit bones, down to the earth. So breathing in, pulling the energy up through your spine, through the central channel of your body. And exhale, letting it wash back down again. So we're using the breath almost like it's trying to flush out through the central channel, flushing out any stagnation, anything that's imbalanced. Another breath like that. Pulling the breath up the spine, up the central channel of the body. And pressing it back down. Good. And then take your arms all the way up with an inhale, pulling the energy up. And exhale, your arms travel back down. Inhale, arms lift up, stretching up, reaching long from your hips, descending to your fingertips, ascending. And exhale, down. Inhale up. Like you're pushing yourself down into the earth as well as reaching up into the sky. And exhale, drawing tall through the top of your head as you pull down. 2 more. And again. Good. As your hands come down, place them just behind. Lean back into your hands so you can undo your legs. Keep your hands on the floor behind you. Find the back edge of your sit bones and see if you can hover your legs up. If it's a struggle to do that, any pinching in the lower back, then pop your feet onto the floor, but make the feet light on the floor and engage in your belly as if your tummy is trying to pull the legs in. And you're doing that tummy pulling the legs in, especially if you've got them lifted. Just for the first round of these, we're going to keep the hands on the floor behind. So bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees land wide, keep your fingers back so you can push your waist forward, lift up through your spine. And then lean back, bring the knees back together. Now push your legs out straight, push up through the spine. Lean back, rolling onto the back edge of your sit bones, and then back soles of the feet together, knees wide. Lean back again. This time take your legs out straight and wide, so you're reaching them out wide to the side, pushing forwards. So lean back, and then soles of the feet together. Lean back, legs straight, and push the spine up. Lean back, soles of the feet come together, drop the knees out wide. Lean back, legs wide, push the heels away. Oh, lean back, soles of the feet back together. So the soles of the feet coming together between each one. Okay, and if you can lean back without your arms, then lean back without your arms and reach forwards. Lean back so there's a little balance, soles of the feet together, and maybe the arms reach up. And then lean back, and then we go out wide with the legs, reach forwards. Lean back, soles of the feet together, maybe reaching up. Lean back, legs out in front, reach forward. If any of this becomes too much, you can go back again with the hands on the floor behind. Lean back, legs out wide, reach forwards. And we'll do a couple more rounds, soles of the feet together. And then lean back, legs out forwards, reach forwards. Hinging from the hips. So whenever you're either reaching your arms up or reaching forward, you want to try and tilt forwards at the hips. Legs go wide, reach forwards. One more round of each. As your arms go up, tilt forwards at the hips. As your legs go forwards, tilt forwards at the hips. Spine straight. And then last time, legs wide. Okay, so come with soles of the feet together. Fingertips behind again. And cross your right shin in front of your left shin. So the right shin is further away from you. And try and get your knees to go in so they're about level with your feet. Sit nice and tall. And then keep your right hand on the floor behind. Take your left hand across to your right knee and take a twist. Staying up tall in the central line of your spine. And gaze over round to the right or even a bit further around the back shoulder. Soften your lower ribs. So when you twist, we're not quite in a back bend. We're just in a central neutral line with the spine. You'll get a better twist. And then through center, and then just take it round the other way. And back to center. Lean back, undo the legs and recross left in front. So you want to try and get the knees level with your feet. Wriggle tall, left hand stays behind, right hand coming onto the left knee. Holding this for a few breaths. As you inhale, pulling up through the central line of your body to the top of your head. And as you exhale, twisting a little deeper. Inhale, finding that midline. And exhale, twisting on the midline. Inhale through center, exhale, one twist round the other way. And then back to center again. Lean back, straighten your legs out in front of you. Take your arms forwards, and this time try and walk onto the front edge of your sit bones. If you struggle to get on the front edge of the sit bones, you're going to have your hands on the floor behind. Inhale, lean back slightly, and exhale, lean forwards from your hip hinge. Inhale, lean back, whatever amount that is. Exhale, go forward. So what you're trying not to do is just to round your spine forwards. Yeah, so get the spine tall, lean back, and then exhale forwards from your hips. So for some of you, it might look a bit more like this. And then just sitting up as tall as you can, pushing the ground back. You're a bit tighter in the legs. You're going to have your hands behind so that they can help you push up tall. If your arms are in front, we've got 3 or 4 more to go. Exhale forwards. Inhale, lean back slightly. Exhale forwards. Inhale, lean back slightly. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. As you lean back, hands can be on the floor. Lift your legs, cover them. Then take the soles of the feet together. Lean back and then take your legs out wide. Push out through the heels. Sit up nice and tall. Okay, so we're going to put both hands on the floor in front. Sit as tall as you can. Then take your right hand round to the outside of your right leg and take a little bow forwards towards your right leg. Inhale, both hands in front. Exhale, left hand out and bow toward the left leg. Inhale, both hands in front. Even if that bow is just a small amount, or for some of you, maybe you keep your hands behind so that you can push more from behind you to get a little bit of a forward action. So there's a twist and a bow, maybe. Inhale up, twist and bow. Inhale up. Exhale, twist and bow. Inhale up. And we're just continuing with the flow of your breath. So your inhale pulls you up tall and your exhale draws you down. Inhale up. Another each side. And then inhale all the way up. Bring your right heel in towards the pubic bone. And then put your left hand out to the side. Take your right arm up. Take a side bend. If you want to pop a block there, you can, if you can't easily reach the floor. Otherwise, continue over, maybe lowering the elbow toward the floor. Right knee and right sit bone heavy on the ground as your right arm reaches over. Lift the left toes up. So your left toes are pointing towards your face. Bring your right hand back down to the floor. Turn onto the inside edge of your left foot. Press down into your left foot, your right knee, your right hand, and swoop your left arm up and over, opening out the sideline of the left side of your body. Maybe turning your gaze underneath and looking under your left palm. Keep the foot flat to the floor and press your hips forwards. Maybe the thumb draws back a bit more. And come all the way back down. Don't worry about where you are on your mat. Turn around on your bottom. Lift your right knee up. Keep your right hand on the floor behind you. Maybe you come on your fingertips and step your right foot across to the outside of the left knee, taking a twist now. So we're getting the thigh bone and the left ribs to come closer together. Sit tall as you inhale, twist round a bit deeper as you exhale. And then as you come to center, drop your right knee out to the side. So you're going to lean back on your sit bones again and lower down toward the floor. And taking your left hand onto the sole of your right foot and your right hand onto the knee, and let the left foot or the left knee press against your right ankle. So it's pressing it in. Your right hand's going to try and encourage the right knee to stay out wide. So your hands are guiding that right leg into figure 4 stretch, and the left leg is also pressing it. You can stay like that, or to make it a little harder, take your hands into a prayer position and then feed the prayer through the gap of your legs, and then see if you can bend the arms and hook your right shin in the crease of your elbows. Extend the left leg away so it's hovering off the floor. Pull the right shin in towards you and lift your chest so you're flexing both feet. Try and use your right arm almost to press the right knee out wide still. It's like pigeon pose, except we're using our abdominal muscles to stay here. And if you can't get your arms under, you could still hold the sole of your foot and hold the knee. Bring the left knee back onto your right ankle, head to the floor. And then left foot to the floor, right leg up in the air. Stretch it out. Hold the back of your right leg, lift your head and shoulders, and then you're going to try and roll up. If you know you can't roll up, then turn to your side. Roll all the way up, holding the leg to help you come up. Bring the leg down to the floor, and then take it back out wide again. Bring the sole of your the heel of your left foot towards your pubic bone. And then take your right hand out to the side, left arm up and over. Soften down into your elbow and just start slowly discovering more and more space in your left side. Softening your shoulder down. Breathing in, so the inhale creates length from the ground up and out. Breathing out, so you're almost pulling back down, but without collapsing, staying grounded. One more breath. Left arm comes up, hand down to the floor, turn onto the inside edge of your right foot, press down into your left knee and left hand, right arm up and over. Have the palm facing the floor and right foot flat to the floor. Turn your gaze underneath your right arm, looking to the palm. Stretch long through your right side and press the hips forward slightly. Feel the skin in the front of your pelvis stretching long. So you might end up facing the other way. Don't worry about where your orientation is. as long as you're on the floor when you need to be on the floor and off the floor when you need to be off the floor. So turning around, left foot crosses over the right leg and you're twisting around. Left finger stay on the floor behind as you turn. Even if you need to lean back slightly in order to be tall in your spine, so tall doesn't have to be vertical. Tall, we want to feel in the twist anyway, that our tall is just straight as you can up from the pelvis to the top of your head. So if you feel you're rounding, lean back a bit more. And then come back to center. Let your left knee drop out to the side. Slowly roll down, holding onto your foot with your right hand and the knee with the left hand as you come down figure 4 on your back. So you're just using the right knee to press against the left ankle. And you can use the left hand to press the knee wide. Aim to keep your hips on the floor. If you want to go further, you can keep hold of the leg as you are or make a prayer position. Fire the prayer through the gap of the legs and then hook the left shin into your elbow creases. Extend the right leg away for a supine supported pigeon. Right leg hovers off the ground, so there's some abdominal strength keeping the chest lifted and keeping the leg hovering. You can always just keep it in figure 4 or with the foot on the floor. Bring your right knee back to the left ankle so you can take your arms out. Right foot to the floor, left leg up in the air, straighten out your knee. Hold the back of the left leg. And again, you can use this leg to help you come up using kind of both legs in a swinging motion or come up a different way. And then come round onto the long edge of your mat and take your legs out. So imagine you're doing a squat like this, except you're sliding your feet further forwards and the knees are dropping wide. So it's like you're in horse shape. This one. But sitting down. Yeah. So legs out in that sort of shape the best you can. And get your feet about as wide as your knees. And then tip your left knee in. So you're now on your inner left ankle and bring your left hand round to twist. And then open the knee back out again, hand goes back behind. Now bring your right knee in and bring the right hand round to the floor behind. Inhale as you open, pivoting on the foot. Exhale as you close, twisting round. Inhale as you open, pivoting round. Exhale as you twist. The foot stays where it is, essentially. It's just that you're turning it on the spot to get this inward and outward rotation of the legs and the hip joints. So I'm assuming with all this gorgeous weather that we're having throughout most of the country, that you've maybe been a bit more active. Maybe you've got into your gardening, prepping lots of gardening stuff ready for the growing season. Generally using our bodies a bit more. And a lot of that tends to go into our hips when we're out about walking. Stay here, bring the soles of the feet in a bit more and shift forward so you're coming into Malasana, elbows inside the knees. So we're just working at getting into all ranges of the hip joint, knee joint, lower back. Place your hands onto the floor in front, straighten your legs out and turn your toes forwards, just dangling here, feet are a bit wider than your hips. Holding onto opposite elbows maybe and take a little swing side to side. And then release your arms. Roll your spine up. So you're pulling in through the belly, rolling all the way up, rolling all the way up, rolling all the way down. Shoulders relax, palms turn forwards. Take a breath. Take your arms out wide and walk your feet out as wide as your hands. Turn your right foot out 90 degrees below your hand. Turn your left heel a bit wider and bend into your right knee. I have got a very short mat with me. So I can't get as quite as wide as I might normally because we're on quite a slippy floor here. So when you take your legs wide, see if you can bend your knee so it's in line with your ankle and get really low in your right hip. Drop the back hip a little as well so the hips stay level. If you bend your right forearm, take it on the right thigh, extend the left arm by the left ear. Turn your gaze underneath your left palm. Left nostril coming closer and closer to the left bicep. Bring both hands down to the floor, lift the back heel and drop your knee down to the ground. As you drop your knee, sink your hips forwards, come onto your fingertips and lift up your chest. You can have your back foot pointed if you prefer. I need to have mine tucked. And then lift the back knee, walk your hands around to the long edge of the mat so your feet turn with you. Heel toe your feet back in to just a little bit wider than your hips. Hold onto your elbows, dangle forwards. Releasing your arms, pull your belly into your spine and roll your way up. Shoulders roll down. Take a breath in. And out. Walk your feet out as wide as your hands again. Turn your left foot out 90 degrees and your right heel slightly wider than the toes, bending into warrior two on your left leg. As you sink down into the left hip, once the knee gets in line with your ankle, you stop there, go wider if you need to. Breathing up the spine, breathing down, ascending and descending energy. Left forearm bends, right arm by right ear, get long in both sides of the waist. Gaze underneath your arm as it extends. That means your head has to go back slightly. Right nostril toward the right bicep. Lift the back heel as both hands come down to the floor and lower your back knee. Come onto your fingertips. You can always use blocks and dip the hips. Lift your chest. Roll back the shoulders. Feel like you're smiling forwards with your whole body. And then lift your back knee, walk your hands back around to the long edge of the mat and pause there. So this time we're going to walk back around to the right side again and take the right leg into pigeon. So walking your right foot toward the left edge of the mat, dropping your right knee down and stretching your left leg out long behind. As your left leg goes out long behind, take a moment on straight arms to try and draw the left hip forwards and draw the right hip back. Once you've got that square, maybe lower into your forearms or onto a bolster, and we'll hold this for 2 to 3 minutes, more like 3 minutes. So you're in pigeon pose. If you want to do an alternative for this, you can come onto your back and take that figure four with your right ankle on your left knee, like we did earlier. So add an extra ingredient into this when it's yin. We want to get ourselves so that we're fully supported so we can stay here for a bit longer without having to muscularly engage too much. See if you can use the ground more, props more. Even if some of your body parts become your props, like my forearms have become a block for my head. Like when you breathe your spine, breathing up your spine and down your spine. Now breathe the whole length of your body. So you're flushing out resistance and stagnation. As you breathe in, feel like you're pulling the breath all the way up through the lower body, mid body to upper body to your head. And as you breathe out, feel like you're sending the breath or the energy of the breath back down your body. So it feels like it flushes through you up and down. And the intelligence within the breath is picking up on where it feels, full stop, where you're feeling, and identifies the good and the challenging, but it also identifies if it's too much, to back off a little, if it's not enough, to give it a little more. On your next inhale, come up to straight arms, roll them to your right hip, bring the legs together and lie on your right side. You can put a cushion under your head or you can just have your head on the floor. Have your arms out in front. And then top arm is going to open wide with an inhale. And close all the way back around in front as you exhale. Straight arm if you can. If you've got the space to, inhale open wide. Exhale, close back round. One more like that. This time when you close your arms, bring your knees up a little bit higher. Just going to adjust on my shorts, digging in at the side there. Okay, so knees up a bit higher. Hold them down with your left hand. You can put a cushion between your knees if you like to. Left arm opens and shift the right shoulder across to the right a little as the left shoulder and left arm opens. Staying in this twist. Again, holding for about 3 minutes. So if it doesn't feel right, you can adjust it. Maybe you put more between your legs. Maybe you don't open as wide or you don't lift the knees as high if that's a struggle. If the back arm wants to feel it a bit differently, you could try bending your back arm 90 degrees like a stop sign with your body and see if that feels better for you. Breathe the left lung open. Breathe deeper into the twist as you exhale. Like the left side of your body drops more toward the ground as your exhale releases resistance. The inhale reminds you to be long, a pinch of length. And the exhale gives you the opportunity to turn a little more. Be comfortable with the stillness and with the opportunity to be quiet. Let that be something part of the pose. For some, it'll be needed. For others, maybe you've had a quiet day already. And for some, it'll be challenging, and for some, it won't be so challenging. But either way, it brings balance to the rest of the practice. So let yourself go there, into stillness, into quietness. Embrace it just as much as you're embracing the twist. To come out of this, you're going to bring your arm back round in front of you again, turning back round onto your side, popping your head on something if you've not got your head on a cushion. And then just start to let your knees go down a bit lower. Press into the front hands, make your way up and round. So we're going to come into pigeon on the other side. So if you come back round to hands and knees, in fact, face the long edge of your mat. And lift your knees off the floor, walk your feet out wide. And walk your hands around to your left foot. So you're turning around to the left side, dropping your back knee and walking the left foot to the right edge of the mat for pigeon pose, this time on the other side. Start on straight arms so you can feel your back leg trying to pull forwards into the hip, right foot roll forwards, left leg drawing back, and then lowering down maybe. Take your time in going deeper. You don't have to go deeper straight away. Know where your edges by pulling feeling through your body. Let your breath wander around and stay connected to feeling. As you make your way up, roll onto the left hip, bend your legs in front of you and lie on your side. Start with your knees just in front of your hips, legs stacked, and your top arm opening and closing for a few breaths. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And then when your arm next closes, picking your knees up a little higher, maybe holding them with your left hand. Your right arm opens. A little bit more of a belly twist, as well as the chest opening. And as you hold it here, head can be on a block, but just the floor if that's comfortable. Maybe turning your head toward the right arm a bit. The inhale, lengthening, just a little reminder to keep a bit of space. And the exhale to deepen in the twist. The exhale, your detox, your release. And then when you come out to this side, bring your back arm round again. So you're turning on your side, let your knees go down a little, support your head. Push into your top hand, come up, but this time turn around onto your bottom. And as you turn onto your bottom, hold onto if you're using a bolster, put the bolster behind the back of the legs, turn onto your back or roll onto your back with the bolster under the knees if you're using one, or you can have your knees knocked together or legs straight, Shavasana or your version of Shavasana. Your legs fall easy, let your arms fall easy, let your bones fall easy. Fall more easily into the ground, your whole body falling easily into the ground. Yin is very earth connected. So feel now there's a trust developed between you and the earth. And let that loving nature of the earth support you as you drop into its soft, supportive energy. And then everything else can feel completely at ease. Your mind, your breath, your awareness, all light as a feather. If you've got longer, stay longer. Otherwise, wiggle your fingers and your toes, maybe shaking your limbs a little on the floor, but without leaving the floor. Think of jelly. And then relax. Slide your feet in flat, pushing the bolster away if you were using one. And then turn onto whichever side feels nicer to push your way up to sitting. And as you sit, however is comfortable for you, we're just going to reverse the flow of your breath to how you did at the beginning. So close your eyes, line your head over your shoulders, shoulders over your hips, long in the sides, front and back of your body. Now, as you breathe in, pull the breath down your body to the earth. And as you breathe out, pull it back up. Breathe in, drawing the breath and an invisible line of energy down through your body, filling right down into the depths of the lungs. And exhale, feel the lightness pull back up again. A couple more. Just completing that one more round, completing this cycle of flushing energy through your body, through your mind, playing around with the vayus, the flows of energy that flow through you. And then when you're finished, bring your palms together. Thank you for practicing with me, with each other, for yourself. Namaste. Thank you all. See you in Pilates next.